Another live stream. Back at it again with another update. I'm hoping the microphone does sound better. I did do some changes to it so that things will be sounding a lot better. Let me know how's everybody doing. I'm going to be giving you guys a nice update. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about some things. We are live by 1 hour earlier compared to yesterday. So I'm hoping that makes a big difference, you know. And I gotta know if the audio is good, by the way. Let's get a mic check. I gotta know if the audio is good, but I think it's good. You guys will have to be the judge of that. I don't know why it's so loud. I wish there was like a way to figure out how to knock down the levels because it's just so loud. All right. Let's get into this. So, as you can see, we got the Schumann resonance right here. So today is the 15th, and right now we had just a little bit of integration energy. Nothing really intense, but we do have this band right here resonating at 20 hertz, which is a harmonic frequency. Overall, not much, but a continuation of this sustained frequency. So nothing too intense here, right? I hope you guys are feeling good, by the way. The Italian Schumann resonance has been looking quite calm. All this stuff is looking really calm right now. But then, of course, over here is where things get pretty odd. Now, when you look at this is all over the place. This goes by day to day. So this is 11 to 12 to 13 to 14 and 15. In Italy right now, it's 1:45 a.m. UTC time. So this would be the 16th, right? But we don't have any data yet, so that's why a lot of it is still covered up. I want to welcome everyone to the stream. Hope you guys are all doing good. We're doing a Schumann resonance update, and we have a monstrous coronal hole that's facing us. I'll get into this later. Let's get into the sun right now. Solar activity has been pretty wild. We've got some pretty high solar winds. KP index is at a 4. And when we look at the sun right now, we have a large-sized coronal hole. So this right here is a coronal hole on the sun. This one is much larger than the normal ones we get. This is a huge, cool spot on the sun where plasma can escape freely, and that can cause a geomagnetic storm, and that can cause auroras in certain high-latitude places. So we got ourselves a pretty big coronal hole. It was facing us yesterday, but right now it's still facing us. It's just not a trans-equatorial one. But this is a pretty large sized coronal hole. This is pretty massive, and it looks to be chaining. When I say chaining, I mean it looks to be growing larger and larger. And when this area on the sun is dimmed, this light is dimmed, and this coronal hole is here, there seems to be potentially more darkness in that area that could be rising up to the Earth-facing position. I predicted that it would get even larger, and it would chain and grow larger, and it did. So right now, a pretty monster-sized coronal hole. So a lot of that plasma really hitting us right now. Going back over here though, a little off-topic switch. This has been very odd lately. Again, I have no idea what in the world's going on over here, but a lot of these patterns are just unusual here. Our magnetic field right now, the Rowan station is down. We look at more images of the sun. Specifically, this image doesn't really highlight coronal holes very well. Composite 131 angstroms, but you can kind of see where there's solar flares, or at least sunspot regions that are having solar flares and potential CMEs. These areas towards the left right now are definitely having quite a bit of activity right now. And this image shows you eruptions from the sun. This image shows you CMEs, potential CMEs, definitely eruptions from the sun. So I'm getting these images from Space Weather Live. Image composite 304 angstroms. You can go to the NOAA if you want to, but I'm using Space Weather Live. It's much easier to navigate. You can definitely see an ejection of plasma towards the left side. So on the left side, we have a huge brightness. That's what we got going on right now. This is a massive bright region, bright area on the sun. If you use the thematic map, the thematic images, you will see that it's a huge bright region. When we have that, we're having some big releases on the left. Those could be Earth facing in the next 24 to 72 hours. You can see a massive eruption, a monstrous CME on the right side. We're not really concerned with the right side because that will be not facing us in the next week or so. It's not going to face us. It's rotating away. But, of course, anything on the left side will be facing us. So we definitely have quite an active region. On the thematic image, you can see the brightness regions. The white, this yellow is a bright region. And this is where usually solar flares, sunspots are. And that's where eruptions could be. So we definitely got ourselves, a monstrous sized coronal hole here. People will definitely be feeling tired and feeling all sorts of symptoms. So, plasma from the coronal holes just depends, right? It kind of just depends because it's a constant release of plasma, sunspots, solar flares, CME specifically. There's always going to be solar flares, but there's not always a CME. So for a coronal mass ejection to really hit us, those take time. In an Earth-facing position, sometimes they might avoid us. Sometimes they could hit us. For right now, we don't have anything currently facing us or about to hit us. There could, of course, be stealth CMEs, but those are undetected and we don't really see anything about that. By the time a CME really hits us, CMEs could take, if it's really intense, right? 24 hours, 20 hours. They usually take around 24 to roughly 48 hours or so for a CME to hit us, to reach Earth. The last one, when we had a pretty massive storm, which was like end of January, early this month, that one took about 24 hours or so. So solar wind's different. But yes, it all depends on just really how intense things are. CMEs could usually take around 24 to 48 hours. Solar winds, and again, our solar winds are high because of the coronal hole. It's going to take 40 minutes, as you can see. So you can't really you could predict for CMEs and stuff, right? That erupt, that usually happen during solar flares. Not always, but they could happen, right? If that makes sense. Because even if there is a solar flare, it doesn't mean there's guaranteed a coronal mass ejection. But you'll have to see. I usually look in the images, and you'll see that bigger eruption from the sun. And I was actually able to predict that there was a pretty big one for the last big storm we had. Now, earthquakes has been very interesting lately. We've had a bunch of 6.0 plus magnitude earthquakes. I'm wondering if I could go past 24 hours on here. I don't know if that's doable, but I think we had one in Russia, we had one in Chile, and we just had a 6.0 in, where is this at? Russia. So we've been having quite a bit of earthquakes. We just had a 6.0 in, I don't know how to pronounce this, Severo, Kurilsk, Russia, something like that. Even a couple in Oklahoma. It actually got pretty intense over here, right around, what is this place called? Petrola, California. It's been active, that's for sure. I know it got really active here. There's a 4 point something just around here. So that was just right in what? This area, Mexicali, probably. So there's definitely been some earthquakes. And of course, there's our Schumann resonance for anyone who likes the Schumann resonance. So there's my general report for activity. Let me know if anyone here is very interested in the Schumann resonance, because I can give you a much more better breakdown for what's going on in the electromagnetic background. And some of you may not know this, but the background has just been wild every single day. I'm hoping everybody's doing good, by the way. But I will probably be talking about it in my live stream. My next video, so yeah. I'm hoping you guys are liking these updates. Man, oh man, I don't know how my audio is. Can you guys let me know how the audio is, by the way? I have no idea if it's good or not, because I just changed it up to reduce background noise. Let me know how my audio is. All right, let me mic check this real quick. It's all right, I guess. It's all right. All right, let's just keep it over here. Or actually, we should probably keep it on the coral hole so you guys can see what we got going on right now. So yeah, so overall, that's pretty much my update. We did stream earlier, and we're gonna keep working to be around at least 9 p.m. Eastern time. I don't want to go later than that. But yeah, keeping around there. Maybe we do earlier ones. We'll see. But I definitely think late night like this is pretty solid. I mean, it's 6:30 right now in California, so you know. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate everyone. If you have any nervous system problems, issues, trauma, definitely be sure to watch my nervous system playlist slash course. Depending on, I don't know why it keeps getting thrown out the course, but it's a course or it's either a playlist. Definitely look for that if you're really trying to help out your nervous system. And if you want daily updates, astrology updates, definitely be sure to watch the newest content. We got a lot of great content on this channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.